spirits and energies that is coming through everyone today that really can be felt because we are taking the challenge to raise the questions. Our topic this week, letting the dogs out, allowing your expectations to chase your passions, developing the courage to fulfill your dreams. The biggest piece that tends to jump out of me when I read that topic that we have this week is the word courage. And we have to begin to discuss that word, massage that word, and exhume the potency of that word more and more. What is our courage? Even more significant and right up under that are, do we have fears? What is generating our fears? Are our fears continually expanding, or are we getting command of our fears because we are increasing our courage? The second thing that comes to mind is insecurity. What is it in the environment that stimulates our insecurity? What is it that agitates us? What is it that unnerves us? What is it that undermines the way we perceive ourselves as it relates to our capacity to do, to be, to become, and to have? Those are things we have to continue to look at, we have to continue to evaluate, and we have to continue to monitor so that we can build our strength. In the reality of our lives in America, we have these dichotomies going on that we never address. One of the dichotomies, we are increasingly experiencing more and more, which is called intimidation. And we don't discuss intimidation. And when you can be murdered at will, you are intimidated. When you can be killed at will, you can be intimidated. When you get no judicial reprieve, you can be intimidated. The preamble of the Constitution says freedom, justice, and equality. Yes, we do have a modicum of freedom, but no, we are not getting any justice. And if you are not getting any justice, you do not have any equality. And if you do not have equality and justice, you are a second-class citizen in an environment where first-class citizens get true freedom, true justice, and true equality. So our challenge has to become, are we going to acknowledge it, and what are we going to do about it? And if the only answer we come up with is continuing to pursue that kind of equality and that kind of justice from people who are demonstrating at every level they're not giving it up, then what are we going to do? So that's the things we must look at as we pursue courage. Most of the things I communicate and convey to people are things that demonstrate courage, demonstrate capacity, demonstrate expansion, and demonstrate belief beyond the dimensions of what's normal in our lives. Because that's where we've ultimately got to be, that's what we ultimately have to do, and that's what we ultimately have to become in order to free ourselves from a system that is not giving us justice and not giving us equality. Over to you, Kevin. I'd like to thank you today for tuning in to our morning inspirational message. We hope that you are able to glean and to attract as well as extract some very important things that will allow you to revisit and reevaluate your lives. We hope that you are able to see and measure and raise questions to yourselves. Am I getting what is my expectations? Am I getting the things that I need for myself? Am I extracting resources out of a system that is abundant with resources so that I can level the playing field of the injustices that I am continually and perpetually seeing? We like you to call a friend or family member and begin to communicate with them about this message. Begin to raise the questions. Are we courageous? Raise the questions. Are we chasing our expectations? Raise the questions. Are we pursuing our passions? Raise the questions. Are we releasing the resistance in ourselves because of fear and insecurity that does not cause us to let the dogs out and go get what we want. The beauty of this medium is you can look at it, you can study it, you can listen to it anytime. You can take notes from it. You can begin to raise questions. You can recreate your paradigm of your life through this medium and through the study of this morning inspirational message. We'd like you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Log in, leave a comment, leave a question, leave a concern. Let your spirit out. See, when you let your spirit out, you let your energy out. When you let your spirit and energy out, you create opportunities. And when you create opportunities, you begin to expand. We look forward to bringing you this message of optimism. Why? Because we can do it. Regardless of what our inhibitions are, we can do it. In aquatics, the first stage to being able to become an expert swimmer is physical and mental adjustment. And that's what we can do. We can begin to mentally adjust to believing that we can do it. We can begin to develop ourselves so that we are prepared for the expectations and the fulfillment of our dream, so that we get propulsion and coordinated movement towards that. Positive expectations. We have to begin to believe that we can in order to. I'm going to say that again. We have to begin to believe we can in order to. You fill in the blanks of what you want to do that can, and believing so that we can do it is what you also have to look at. Growth becomes a byproduct of that focused attention. Growth becomes a byproduct of chasing your passions. Growth becomes a byproduct of developing the courage to fulfill your dreams. Because when you begin to pursue and fulfill your dreams, growth begins to take place, because your dreams start to take center stage, and the things that you need to fulfill your dreams begin to come to you, and you begin to expand. And prosperity becomes a byproduct of fulfillment, execution, and accomplishment. When you begin to fulfill your dreams, prosperity comes to you, because more things move out the way that get in your way, and more things come to you in order to receive your dreams and your purpose. That is prosperity. Prosperity is the full, unbridled, and open acquisition of the things, the circumstances, the people, and the events you need to fulfill your dreams. That is prosperity. Growth is the process of that happening. Positive expectations is believing that you can do it when you see none of it. Believing that you can do it because of who you are. Optimism means, yes, I can, regardless of the circumstances. Yes, I can, regardless of the conditions. Yes, I can, regardless of the blight and the plight that's around you that makes you think something different. Yes, I can, because of who I am, not what I have. Because of who I am, not what I've been through. Because of who I am, because the inside doesn't measure what's on the outside, because you haven't seen me manifest yet. You have to tell yourself that so that can happen. Have a great and fantastic day. Go out and make your life free. Make it free. Demand freedom of yourself. Get off of the things that makes you enslaved. Get off of the alcohol. Get off of all of the things that begins to diminish your ability to see and feel and believe and receive and open completely, so that you are now a byproduct of your dreams and a byproduct of the soil and earth that has made you in its purest form. And when you begin to do that, you begin to attract the best to you, and you have not undermined it and undercut it by the addictions of the world. Go out there and be happy, because you know, yes, I can. And make your life fulfilled, because every day you're going to create more, you're going to be more, you're going to chase your passions more, and you're going to develop your courage even to a greater extent. Touch the lives of others who are around you and help them with the light of your spirit, lighten the light of their spirit. If their logs of light are wet, help them dry it off. Give them some dry filament. If their logs don't have a flint to start the fire, give them a part of the sparks of your fire. Take one of your hot, wet coals and put it on their wood and put it in their pit so that their fire can start. Shine your light and shine the light of others around you. This is your friend and your brother, Brother Tambuzi, saying, have a great and fantastic day. Create great and tell the world about it. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.